you ladies. Sorry about that. Just having some issues with the internet and the printer tonight. Say hi, Garrett.
Hey, everybody. Finally got to get back on and do some Ustream. How long has it been since we Ustream?
A long time.
Like a few months? 6 months? A long time.
A while. No, I did like Prima. I haven't done anything on here on hours in a really long time.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Ours. Be a piece of craft.
You should cut those out. These ones. Cut these so you fold it in half and double sided. Oh, big carrot. You do it on camera.
Don't need to be supervised, it's scissors.
I gotta supervise.
It's not like
I can't cut off my pretty edges that I worked so hard to put on there.
It's not like I'm running with them.
Well, I wanted you to do it on camera.
Well, where's the camera shot? There we go.
Just a stop. There's a delay. Oh, there it is. It's just a big delay. Sorry guys, there's a huge delay from what we're seeing and what you're seeing, and it's confusing us. So you guys remember how to use these ones. When they're side by side and they're the same shape, you can cut them out together and fold it in half to make it double-sided. These ones kind of have a big gap, so I guess you shouldn't really do that. Hey!
I know. Chill out.
Okay, that's the edge, not that.
I know what it is. I know where the edge is.
I'll just cut out the rest of them.
You want to just cut the rest?
Garrett is not very good at cutting, so I'll just cut out the rest of them. I thought we were going to save some time. So, sorry, the printer is being funky and the internet's being funky.
Can you just... Oh, it's pretty nice.
So this is one of the embellishment sheets. I love this little journaling card right here. It's so grungy. So see how it's not a perfect square. I mean, it's meant to look really grungy, so I just cut out whatever's printed on there, so the edges are uneven and not perfect like these ones are. So for this one, I left kind of too big of a gap on these, but I'm still going to fold it in half and make it double-sided. Or you just cut them out individually and glue them together.
That's right, these ladies got my back.
What did they say?
They said I was being schooled. And they said that's what distressing's for.
Yeah, but you cut them like way too crooked.
That's how Texas is. It's hot right now.
Really hot.
Actually, today is like 97-ish.
In fact, I'm jumping in the pool like right when we're done with this.
We could do a Ustream pool session.
Yeah, no way. I would not be cut dead in a
Ustream scrap pool session.
No thanks. From the pool. Poolside.
Poolside.
It's poolside scrapbooking with Marion and Garrett.
Nah, wait till we get our beach pods going. I need to work on my beach pod first.
I think that's pretty much impossible for me. Alright, so here's one of the envelopes, guys. Gals, ladies. This one will print, most of the time it will print off the page, so you got to scale to fit on these envelopes because they're meant to be like the size of your page. They're huge. And I'm pretty messy when cutting these out too, so. I don't try to make it look too perfect. You could just talk.
I'll talk and chat.
Okay. Garrett is talking and chatting.
Multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You're a nerd. So even on these envelopes, normally I would print that lined paper on the inside so the inside's done too, but considering that we're running out of time here because the printer keeps messing up, which it just messed up again. I hate this thing. What's up with it? It never used to do this.
Hey, Hank's on. Uncle Hank.
Where? Oh, my Uncle Hank's on. Hi, Uncle Hank.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude. So I'm just see the edges are really jagged. I just cut them out really messy to make the paper look a little bit more aged. And if you don't, I use a laser printer just because I like to use spray inks and really wet inks over my pages, and if I use the inkjet, it'll just smudge the ink. So if you, I know laser printers are super duper expensive, but you can actually save these files to a zip drive or a thumb drive or whatever you want to call it, SD card, anything that will hold these. And you could bring them to like Staples or any kind of print shop to have them printed for you. And I'm just printing on 65-pound cardstock. And this is white. So for this album, I would recommend printing it on white paper instead of manila cardstock because there's a lot of white in this album, and if you print it onto manila cardstock, it's going to look really yellow. So you want that true white in there. So see, like this one here, there's white script over it. You want that true white, so I wouldn't print these on manila. Although, if you really like that yellowy color, it'll look a little bit more aged if you printed it on manila, but I prefer white for this one. And I'm cutting a few of my pages out without doing the double-sided printing because the printer is messed up right now. And I'm waiting for it to finish printing the rest of them. So I'm going to cut out a few without the lines, and then I'll probably end up painting the back or doing something fun with the back like that. Beckham is sleeping right now. All three of my kids got strep this week, right before Blake's birthday party, so it was kind of, I had to rush them to the doctor on Monday to get antibiotics so that they wouldn't be contagious since I knew they were going to feel better on Saturday. So that was a lot of fun. Not really, but crazy, crazy day. I'm going to start cutting out my cover and my liner since these are not going to be double-sided. I'm going to glue them down to some chipboard so I can cut those out. And these are going to be cut out individually instead of together because they're going to be two separate pieces. And I've got my table from the old house, from my old studio in here for a little while. Yeah, this table kicked Garrett's butt because he had to
rebuild it,
take it apart and rebuild it.
But it's sturdier now.
Yeah, it's a lot sturdier. Because I was not going to give up my grungy, nasty tabletop. So many memories on this table. Garrett's got his mind in the gutter right now. I assure you, only scrapbooking has taken place on this table.
Awkward silence.
Yeah. Thanks for making that awkward.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Alright, so now I'm just cutting them apart, because this is the liner page. And then what I'm doing is, see these little white areas, I'm just going to snip those out. Sorry, I know that this is not the fun part, right? But I was running really late, and I had plans to have all this done in time, but by the time we were done fighting with Brooke to eat dinner, it was 6:21.
By the time we got the tripod set up, it was like 6:30.
Yeah, and they just got a new swing set built, and so they're super excited, didn't want to eat dinner. And I got to fix the printer again. It's killing me.
Peggy's funny.
What did she say?
That's why it was so loose. I'm assuming she's talking about the table.
Peggy, get your mind out of the gutter now. She's funny. Alright, so this is the cover. And I keep my cover pretty plain because on this one I want to really junk it up. I'm going to do some fun stuff on the edges of my covers tonight. And I'm probably not going to get to really assemble the whole book, but I'll get to at least prep it and give you some fun creative ideas, and then maybe I'll get to assemble it onto a YouTube video or something for you and do the binding. But I do want to get through at least the covers with you guys because I have a really, really fun idea for them. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys, Thursday is my next Live with Prima show. So if you go to livewithprima.com, you'll see the schedule, and you're not going to want to miss it because I will be debuting my brand new product line that's releasing at CHA this summer. So Prima has been nice enough to let me debut it way early. So come and see. I'm really, really excited. It's my largest line yet. There's over 30 items in the line, and I did paper this time, and a lot of fun stuff. So something different than what we're used to seeing.
And it's actually on this table right now.
It's on this table right now.
We were working with it, but you can't see it.
If I could just move the camera over just a little bit. But alas, you have to wait till Thursday. Alright, I'm going to grab some chipboard. And since all of my studio stuff is in shambles right now and I can't find anything, I literally today had to run over to Michael's and try to find chipboard for this, and they didn't have any. But then I found this little chipboard album in like the $1.50 section. And so this is what I have to use tonight. And I'm not too happy with the quality of it, but it's all good. It'll work because I'm going to jack it up anyway. And where's that tape that I bought?
Which one? That tape?
The drywall tape. It was in here today.
Saw it?
Yes. I'm looking for that and this stuff. Alright, so I have something super cool to show you guys. Martha Stewart came out with some silicone molds that look like this. And there's one that's in the shape of a frame that I really liked, and that was the only reason I bought this mold set. And all I did was I took some regular old Fimo clay in white, and I pressed it into there, and then I popped it out and baked it in the oven at 350 degrees for 15 minutes. And depending on how long you keep it in the oven depends on what color white you get. So I want to show you 3 different ways they came out. So this is 15 minutes. It's very nice and white, and they're really, really cool. You can use them for scrapbooking. So I thought this would be really cute for this book. That's 15 minutes. This one is 30 minutes. So kind of a caramelly color. And does everyone else have a commercial right now? Because I'm seeing a commercial on the screen. And then this one, or hang on a second. Oh, sorry, no. This one is an hour. This one is 30 minutes. Actually, yeah, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, half an hour, hour. And so you can kind of see the different shades. These two are really close, but this one's actually more of a really creamy, sort of tinted color, and then this one's white, and then that one's that brown color. So, and this is just using the white Fimo clay. So pretty cool. And I made a whole bunch of them. It only took me like a few minutes, especially for the white ones. So I made a bunch of white ones, and I thought these would be really cute if you did like a little window. This is at least what I want to do with them. I want to put 4 of them together like this and do kind of like a little cute little picture frame wall or window or something like that. So, and these are really detailed, so get yourself some of these molds. They're fun to play with. So you can have a bunch of little picture frames for your mini albums. Alright, and tonight we're going to be using some crackle paint, and I'm not using the Tim Holtz crackle paint because it takes forever to dry. I'm using this 2-step crackle paint by Folk Art. So basically you put this layer on first, the clear layer, and then you put any color you want over that. So I'm using the crackle medium, and then I'm also using this off-white color, and it's called Ivory White. How unique. So I'm using that, but before I do that, and I'm only using it on the edges, before I do that, I want to see just how much bigger this chipboard is in comparison to my pages, and I'm going to cut it down just with scissors because I want that really grungy edge. And so I'm going to cut out a little bit bigger than my page because I'm still going to be trimming off a little bit off the sides as well. So I'm being super messy with this. I'm not trying to get a perfectly straight cut edge, but if you want to, you can use your paper trimmer for this. So I've got my basic size right there, and I'm going to cut one more that same size, and this is going to be my covers. I'm not going to have chipboard pages. I never do chipboard pages really anymore. I just do the cardstock glued together because I like having a lot of pages in my book, and when you use chipboard, you can never find big enough rings for that, so I always just use paper now. And it happens to be pretty sturdy once you glue 2 sheets together, so it works good for me. Plus this is more of like a mini album journal type thing anyway. So now, where did my scissors go? Did I just throw them in the trash? So now I'm just going to round out my corners a little bit, and I'm doing it very messily, so it's not perfectly rounded. Every corner is going to be slightly different. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to rough up my edges and make them very uneven. And I'm also going to be using some drywall tape. This is what it looks like. And this I don't think is my roll, but oh well. And so taking chunks out of all 4 sides. And I'll beat it up a little bit too in a minute. I want a nice grungy covers here. My kids love Texas, but they miss my family in California a lot. Yesterday was Blake's birthday party, and he kept asking me if Auntie Terry and Grandma were going to be coming to his party, and of course they're in California, so they're trying to get there, I guess, but every once in a while they get reminded and they start to miss them, so it's been a little rough, but we're going to be going to California for Christmas for about a month or 2, I think, so they'll get to spend some time with them again. But they love it here otherwise, like they love their school. Blake started preschool for summer, and he'll start kindergarten in August, so he really loves school. And apparently, I'm no longer Blake's girlfriend. His new girlfriend is Miss Ochoa, his preschool teacher. Yeah, I'm totally jealous, I have to say. Alright, so now I'm just going to hold them together, and I think I've kind of cut it a little bit off here, because I want it to still be semi-square, and I think it's a little bit fatter on this bottom side, so I'm going to trim it up a little bit. And this looks a little funky over here. This bottom side's a little fatter too. Alright, I think that's pretty good. So now, I'm going to take my pages and I'm going to stick them on there and just see how much chipboard is showing. I want quite a bit of chipboard to show, a little less than 1/4 inch all the way around, because I want to do some cool stuff to this chipboard. So I'm going to set everything aside. I'm going to work on the covers here. And I'm mainly just working off the edge. So I've got to get some brown ink. I'm going to use, this is just some Cheapo Depot Recollections brown pigment ink. And I'm going to ink about 1/2 inch in on all sides. If I could just get this thing open. For crying out loud. Alright. So see how I'm inking pretty far in, because I'm going to have that cover glued onto there. So I don't need to go too far and then waste all my ink. I'm going to do this on both sides, so because the liner is going to be the same thing, same idea with the liner. And I'll get the edges, because I don't want any of that gray chipboard color in there. At least not right now, but I will have some of it later. Then the kids are getting enrolled into catechism this week, and they'll start catechism in September, so looking forward to that. Considering that right now they think that God is a guy that lives in the sky, that has a huge house and a huge playground, and they can only go there if they're good. So we'll see what they end up learning. Well, that's what Brooke thinks. Blake has a better understanding than she does because he's older, but Brooke thinks that he's some cool guy that created everything that lives in the sky with a big playground. Alright. So these cheapy deepy ink pads are kind of cool because you could be a little rough with them and not worry about tearing them up or wasting them, because you can always afford to get them again. And this one is, what color is this? Let's see. It doesn't have a color. Interesting. Oh wait, no, it's chestnut. But it looks nothing like a chestnut, so it is really more of like an espresso color, I'd say. Alright. So I've got my edges inked. Now I'm going to take this clear crackled medium, and I'm going to do a coat of that first. And I need something to put it in. What have I got in here? Well, I'm just going to put it on this scrap paper because all my stuff is just everywhere. So I've got a good amount there. I'm going to do a few coats. I've got to get a good paintbrush. So I love Claudine Helmuth's paintbrushes. They're not expensive and they're a good paintbrush to use. So this is the 1/2 inch flat. And I'm only going to coat my edges because that's all that's going to show. I'm going to put a nice thick coat of that on there. It's clear. It's like a glaze. And I'm going to do it to both sides. You want a nice thick coat. And there's one side of that one. I'm going to do one side of this one, and I'll flip them over and do the inside. And this, once again, this is Crackle Medium by Full Heart. And we're doing nice thick coats. And you should only need one coat. If you notice that after this dries there's still a lot of texture, it doesn't look nice and smooth, I would definitely do another coat because you want it to be nice and smooth. I'm going to get a little more on here since I'm out. And I can't see the chat right now, so bear with me. And you could dry this faster with the heat tool, which is, I'm going to hit it with the heat tool really quick here, just to get it dry faster, so I can flip it over. Oh, and the heat tool's not plugged in. Hang on. Just my luck. Oh. Let's see, where can I plug this guy in? Oh, hang on, sorry. Alright. Should do it. And it takes a while to dry, so while that side's still drying a little bit more, I'm going to coat the back side. So once again, you want a thick coat, and I'm only doing it on the edges because that's all that's going to show once I glue those covers down. I haven't been on this channel in so long. It's been a